Good morning, retail traders. This is the Sneaky Snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And today we're going to talk about the Sneaky Snake knife catch that we did on the SPY. And we had many of them that day, but I'm going to show you the exact idea of this trade. And someone on YouTube, thank you, Ken, for bringing this to my attention, said, Jim, got a knock on the door, said, Jim, I think we're setting up for a snake. Will you please verify it for me? I'm here to teach new traders how to trade. Give them some kind of curve so when they start trading, they can get a bet. They can start off, with a good strategy. And it's all about your personality and how you want to build your strategy. So I built one here in the last 3 years called the Sneaky Snake Trading Strategy, where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. So we're going to go ahead and pull this off. I'm using I'm using Trendspider platform today. Thinkorswim from Schwab is now transferring the last Ameritrade traders to Schwab, so you might wake up this morning and have a little bit of issue trying to pull it up. They said it'll be done around 4 o'clock, but it'll be ready by Sunday and ready for our Monday trading. So I'm an expert on catching knives. I consider myself to be a real good expert about it. And we had us a knife that was brought to my attention here, and I wanted to verify that we could have us a nice little breakout. So I'm going to draw in the snake. We had SPY knife with a 1-2-3 trading strategy with 3 white soldiers and a triple top exit. And this is all in this here, right in here. And I love catching knives on these big, great tickers. They all pull back. I mean, they pop and then they pull back. And it's just, they're great stocks. They have great volume. And SPY and the SPX are my number one trades right now. And we're going to go ahead and draw this snake in. I'm going to show you exactly how to take this trade, so you pay real close attention. We have a 1-2-3 breakout. 1. I wish there's a way to keep that permanent. 2. 3. So then she decided to go ahead and break out. Now, I never tell anybody to take this trade on the breakout. Wait for it to form a pattern. Wait for it to give me some kind of indication of a candlestick breakout. So we had the breakout and we had the pullback. And I told the guy, I said, hey man, we got a nice candle right here. Looks to me like we might have some upside coming. So it went ahead and it broke out to the upside. Then it started to form the pattern that I was looking for. And in this case, I want to use the wick. Usually I just use the body when I'm trying to trade them out. Like that, I just draw it straight across. But in this case, we have what you call an expansion pattern. So I'm going to draw the line. We had the breakout, and I always say wait for the pullback. You could have took this trade at the double bottom right here and run it up to a double top and got out of the trade real fast. Maybe made 10, 15 cents on the trade. Per contract, you're paying $1. So you get 10 of them, that's $150 in less than 10 minutes. But that's not the trade yet. That's just a double bottom scout to a double top breakout. I mean, the exit idea. So as we're sitting here, we're starting to form these hooks, these things here. And I want to go ahead and draw a line all the way across for a line of support. Because we hit here on the body of that candle and we hit here on the body of that candle. She went ahead and broke out, and I'm patiently waiting. Then all of a sudden we get another knife, and now we're in the phase of seeing an expansion pattern. And we're going to draw that in. It takes you all the way up to there, and then this takes you all the way down using the wicks. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. How am I going to get rid of this? Let's see if I can just hit this line. There we go. And that's called an expansion pattern. So we've got 2 patterns here. We've got a semi-bullish pattern, and then we got the expansion pattern, which I love trading. And then we count to 3, and you can trade with me. So we got that first breakout, the second one, the first one here outside of the candle, 2, and then we got the third hit right up here. And then she broke out. And we got the 1. This really excited me, this trade. I mean, I was so glorified to call this out. And we'll show you why. We're getting right to the main principle of the trade. So we have an expansion pattern now. And I tell everybody that trades the 1, 2, 3 strategy that we're in the sweet spot when you get to 3. So we were 1, 2, and we came down here and had 3. Then all of a sudden, we broke out with 3 white soldiers. And I don't see that very often. I see like little gradual pickups to the 3rd up here, but I very seldom see 3 white soldiers inside of that flag. And I just went berserk. I said, this thing is going higher. I mean, these are expansion patterns. This is telling you 3 white soldiers is an extension to a run. Now, usually they'll pull back and balance and consolidate on that 3rd soldier, but not in this case. We were at the bottom, and then 3 white soldiers came into the scene, and I went, my gosh. I was so tickled. I was in the trade, and before I knew it, I was up like $150 some a contract on them soldiers. One, two, three. And it was just beautiful. And I was saying, man, stay in the trade. We're going to come up here and we're going to have a triple top. So this is the sweet spot. This is the sweet spot. If you can count to 3, you can trade with me. If you can count to 4, you might make a little bit more. If this would have come down to 4 and bounced back up, you're getting out of the sweet spot. But the 3, or unless you come up here and you got 3 and you got 4 on top, or 4 on the bottom and 3 on top, that's the sweet spot. That's where you want the breakout, because after that point, if you go to 5, you might take a nosedive. It's very important to understand what I mean by the sweet spot. The 1, 2, 3. Everything comes in 3s with me. We have 3 white soldiers, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to get out at a triple top. So you took the trade, and you're running it on up, and you extend it on out to the body of that candle, and boom, there's your 3, or right here even. As long as you're coming up close, you have that 1, 2, 3. If you use the wicks of the candle, there's your triple top exit. And you're out of the trade. That trade went up to about $600 from 240, 210. So I made, like $1,000 in a matter of 10 minutes. Each one of these representing a 1-minute time frame. So if you see them 3 white soldiers on a breakout, understand that you're going to go to a higher level and you're going to get more out of the trade. That's really one of the prettiest charts that I've charted up. One of the prettiest snakes that I've charted up with a breakout. And I stared at that chart for 20 minutes. I stared at it. I said, that's just the most beautiful thing I ever saw. When I saw those 3 white soldiers, that's one of the cleanest breakouts I've ever seen, especially on a 1, 2, 3 on the sweet spot. So I just wanted to bring this idea to you. It's called the Sneaky Snake Trading Strategy. 1, 2, 3, you can trade with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, you might make a little bit more. And as a result, in the triple top, it did pull back to the previous resistance, which was the 1, 2, 3. So that would have been another great idea to take this trade on. I would have took that trade because that's solid support. What was resistance now becomes support. So, I mean, it just got prettier and prettier and prettier. Let's say you went into the kitchen and you missed this triple top and you came back and, Jim, it's pulling back on me, man. I didn't get out at the triple top like I should have. I was in the kitchen. Don't worry, relax. As long as we hold this 1, 2, 3 here, breakout, resistance, and we pull back and hit that support, you're going to be fine. You'll be able to get out of that on your fourth turn. And then, like I said, if you count to 3, you can trade with me. But if you can count to 4, sometimes you can make a lot more. And that's the sneaky snake trading strategy I've charted today with Trendspider platform. Trendspider platform is a good platform for beginners. You can calculate what kind of candles you want. You can go in here into the feed bank and pull up any kind of candles that you want to look for and take a trade. It's also have my regular indicator. It has chart patterns on here where they automatically show up. I have different kind of chart patterns I can pull up on this here thing. I mean, it costs you money. We have the indicators here where I have all my moving averages. Has a heat map. And it has other stuff on here too, and you're able to go ahead and use drawing tools. And I don't think I love using this when it comes to looking for stuff up. It's got a great scan. I can come in here and I can find charts that have like falling wedges and go to the chart patterns. Let's go to a different time frame. See, I have my wedges. It can automatically draws them up for you. And I trade falling wedges. So I can always go to this watch list and look for something that I really like. You know, like this setup right here might be a good one. I'm going to look at the news. I got the news right here to the side, so I can get into the news real fast. I don't ever take a trade without the news. It's chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And being in the now is keeping caught up on the news and the trend of the market. Be a devil's advocate. But that's it. I just wanted to show you this strategy. It was beautiful. I was really impressed with the SPY. I mean, so that's it. We'll go ahead and get on out of here. Knife, 1, 2, 3, 3 white soldiers, and triple top exit. Have a great day. Retail traders, sneaky snake trading strategy, where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now.